Hey, I'm Megan and I'm the Ultimate Hype Witch. Today, I want to talk about what it's like to be living on the edge. And it's something that's happened to me a few times over the past, I would say, 4 years, where I get to this certain point and I can tell that something big is going to happen, like something's changing, something's shifting in my life. And then that brings up a lot, right? Like, it's like, you're okay. I'm like, okay, but like, I love the life I'm living in now, right? Or, okay, yes, like, I'm ready for a relationship. Or, yes, I'm ready to be like exploring more communities and more groups and like developing different friendships and all of that, right? Or, maybe I'm moving somewhere, right? Or a different career or starting something new. Right now, I'm starting something new. Like I'm in my purpose, I'm activating, I'm doing this whole business and I'm launching all of these like new things and it's super fun and there's been plenty of things that have come up. I would say a lot more on like my personal life side, and that's when they say that's how you know you're on the brink of your next thing is when your life starts to turn to shit. And I definitely am going through a lot in terms of what's going on in my life, and I will probably share about a lot of that stuff kind of as I get out of it. I feel like I'm still very much in a lot of those things, but I can talk on being in them at different points in my life because I've actually integrated them and I like to speak from an integrated place versus when I'm kind of stuck in my own tenderness. So 3.5 years ago, my ex and I broke up the night before I left for this women's retreat in Virginia, and it ended up being a very powerful retreat. We ended up sitting with combo and then doing a mushroom ceremony. And the combo ceremony, I emptied out my entire vessel. Like it was 5 points up my spine, and it was 5.5 years of purging. Like was so done with the relationship, all of that, and was so ready for a new life. All of that, I had no concept. I was so surrendered, and had like just been on that precipice of like knowing this isn't right anymore. And when the relationship ended, I was like equally devastated, but totally not going back to it, and just totally like blank slate. And so it was the night before I left for this retreat to get to the retreat, sit with combo, then the next day mushrooms. And like I knew that first night when we got to the retreat that that weekend was going to change my life. I had no concept of how or what or how magical and amplified that was actually going to be, and how powerful of a portal that was going to be. And literally my life is pre-Virginia and post-Virginia as of late, and a massive spiritual awakening. All of these things happened, and so much. And I've kind of shared a story, and I feel like I'll do another video once I post on my Instagram a little bit more details and share a little bit more. Sorry, I'm shifting so much. My chair is rotating and I'm just trying to stay stable. I'm just trying to float. You're the snake, right? Anyways, but I want to talk about how it's like to be on the edge. And for me, like the Virginia portal was huge because I was on the edge of this whole new life that I did not know was coming at me, and it's been so beautiful and so blessed and all of these things. And but there's like this, I don't know, not loneliness, but there's this aloneness that you can start to feel when these identity shifts come in, and when you know that the life that you know now is gonna be no more, and like the life that you had been living has to die in order for the new one to be birthed. And that's where I see a lot of people oscillating, like they're on the edge there, and then there's all that fear that comes up. There's the fear of leaving everything behind, of losing everything that you have, of not knowing what's coming ahead and having no plan and having no idea. So then all of the fear of like, and the anxieties come up of like, I don't think so. Like, I think I'll just settle for what's happening right now. Right. And I think for me personally, what's been going on this year is that has been coming up a lot. I think honestly, I'm just kind of realizing this, and this might be just like a video I rewatch the rest of my life being like, dang, that was the eureka moment. But there's so much inner resistance that comes up when you have the opportunity to change. And when you know that you need to change and that you're being called higher and being called to higher places, and you have to be learn to be okay with leaving behind friendships and community and things that maybe they served you for a while and you can be grateful for them, but they're just not necessarily where you're heading and where you want to go. Like, right? And so I think for me, earlier in the year, I had my birthday and I really scaled back all of my like things that I typically do. I'm typically a big host and like love to host people, like throw little events, all of that. And I pulled back all of that because I was just going through a lot. There was a lot of like snaky energy in my field, and I was straight up just like, I don't want to deal with this, so I'm just not. And that has worked for me, and it's been a really beautiful year in just in learning discernment and learning how to honor my yeses and honor my nos in a really powerful way, and being so rooted in my truth and like being in that absolute like boss energy of like knowing that okay, you can have this problem with me or you can just make up this story about me, but not true, and that's okay. Thank you for showing me who you are. Thank you for revealing so much to me. Like, I'm a loving, kind human. I always have been, always will be. That's just my essence, and that's not going anywhere. And people talk about it all the time. There's plenty of Instagram posts. It's like when you start to just people start to show you who they are once they see you stepping into a new light and stepping up and more into your power, and the more unfuckwithable you become, the more you're going to repel people and like really trigger people, and they're going to project things onto you. And all year all that has been revealed is other people's woundings, and that's okay. We can have compassion and grace for them, and we can send them blessings, but we don't have to send them our energy, and we don't have to give them any more of our time, because our time is precious. And earlier in this year, I did a beautiful medicine ceremony love fest with my soul family, soul tribe group of people, and it was like, the time is now. Like, the ultimate hype witch is alive. She's been alive in you. She is you. And you need to bring her out into the world, and you need to show people the power that they have within themselves. And so I'd been on that edge for a minute, and that's okay. Like, give yourself permission to be on the edge and know that, like, when it's your time, you'll know. And sometimes it's a leap, and sometimes it's a baby step, and you don't need to be diving off the deep end. Like, sometimes I'm like, let's go. And other times I'm like, can I nap first and grab some snacks? Because this sounds like it's going to take a minute. And so just give yourself permission to do that. And to move at your own pace. And just because someone else might be going through some like breakthroughs and like it's just like boom boom boom, removing all these blocks, and you're like, whoa, I'm still on step one, right? And which is why I created the Vortex. It's like, do this at your own pace. This is for you. It's for no one else. Like, you don't owe anyone anything, and you owe yourself everything. Like, that is probably my main message of life. Like, you don't owe anyone anything. You do, however, how you show up, it is how you like reveal who you really are in life. And you owe yourself everything, and you are the only person who's going to stand up for yourself the way that you would stand. You know how you're meant to be treated, right? And stick up for yourself. And so, yeah, when you're at the edge, that's just shit comes up. Like, that's the whole point, is like, okay, I'm highly uncomfortable now, and I can see a path where there is a lot of movement and very little is sticking around. And you have to kind of get to a place of surrender and to be like, okay, like, show me the way, show me how great it gets, because I know I've been on these edges enough, and I've gone through enough of these quantum leaps and transformations to know that life gets pretty freaking glorious. And if I'm being honest, this year has taught me a lot, and I'm like, I'm ready. I was like, can we go back to 2023 energy, 2024, 2022? Like, I'm like, I'm ready for 2026, and I'm not trying to delay. 2025 has been really powerful and really beautiful, but I'm like, damn, okay, let's go. What do I need to get through? Like, what else do I need to get through to get to the other side of my breakthrough and get to the other side of that edge and dive off and like be in that celebratory yes energy that I had been in. And so this is the end of my last video, is where I stopped because I wanted to talk about this. When you're on the edge and you're in these friend group, say you're in a friend group and you're looking around and you are doing a lot of work on yourself and you recognize that your friends aren't in the same place that you are, right? And it doesn't seem like they're trying to go anywhere, right? Maybe they're totally happy and totally okay with who they are and what their life looks like and all of that. And it's not meant to be like their life, they're settling and all of that stuff. Like maybe some people are just like chill, like this is what they want to do and this is what they're doing and they're okay with that. And you're not living in lack and you're not living in like, you're not disconnected from yourself, right? Like you're aware, you're not living in this like, ooh, I need more, right? It's like there's something more that you're being called to, and it's from a grounded place and it's from a rooted place. It's not from your mind. It's just a subtle calling. It's when you feel true inner peace within you that like you can actually unlock these things and actually get quiet with yourself and understand like, oh, I'm meant to be moving on and I'm meant to be moving into a different phase of my life. And you don't have to leave anyone behind. You don't have to, it doesn't need to be this dramatic exit, right? Like, but it can be like very graceful and easeful where, you know, you recognize that, okay, this is where I'm at. This is how I've evolved. This is where I'm going. And I actually need to be investing my time into meeting other people who are gonna or are on that level already or want to be going on to that level with me. And that's a key and crucial point to make, and a really fine line of differentiating between whether you're unsettled and dissatisfied in your life and you're seeking to fill a void or you're not getting what you want, etc. It's called emotional maturity and spiritual maturity, and just recognizing that sometimes people along your path are meant to be in your life for a season and they teach you everything they need to teach you, and then that's it, right? And sometimes people show you that they don't have your back and that they're not actually that loyal to you, and you know, they act thoughtlessly and don't account for you and all of that. And that's other lessons, and I can talk about that as well. I've had plenty of that in my life, as we all have, right? Like, and how do we navigate those things when we're just like feeling super tender and betrayed, right? And all of that. But this is my invitation. So if you feel like you're on the edge of like your next initiation, your next breakthrough, you feel very unsettled in terms of like the company you're keeping, and you can tell that like you're so rooted in your own essence and you know where you want to go, and you look around and you see that none of the people around you really support you or really care about what you're doing or really interested in what's going on, and you know that you're meant for bigger things, or you're meant for different things, right? We don't need to say bigger or better or whatever. You're meant for different things that just don't align with the people that you're with anymore. Then it's all good. Like, it's okay to move on, and it's okay to like give that less time. Give them, you know, your time is your greatest asset, and it's the one thing that we can't like create more of at the end of our life. So you need to remember that this is your life, and if they're real friends of yours, they won't create a problem if you like set your boundaries and just get really clear, and you know, while respectfully like maintaining friendships and all of that, and just, you know, having conversations that are loving and communicate what it is exactly that is missing for you, because sometimes people will surprise you and people are going to show up and support you in ways that you didn't even realize like they were capable of. I will also say that it's like you don't need to necessarily leave the friend group if you can set the boundaries and they're in support of you and maybe they don't understand it, and that's okay. You don't need to have all of your friends understand you at all times. Like that would be wild to have. um, but maybe it's just they understand that you're going to be spending more time with other people who are kind of doing the same things, or you are going to be finding like a different group who's going to help support you get to your next level. And maybe other people in your group are already thinking this and are just looking for someone to say it out loud, and no one knows how to verbalize it. Or maybe it's going to land for like one other person. And then you guys get to go and transform and keep on going with your lives. Like, you never know. Like, I know so many people who have like been like, you know what? Like, we've actually been partying a lot. Maybe we like cut off the partying and then, oh, what if we go to this sound healing? And then boom, they just like end up staying friends and just totally transition their lives in a really beautiful way. And they are coming from a more spiritual and grounded place. And then they still get to play. You can still go party. You can still go party if you're spiritual. I believe that we're all spiritual beings who are having a human experience, and a human experience is meant to be a party. I'm like, life should be a party for you, a grand festival, because life is the moment we're living now. That is F. Scott Fitzgerald, one of my favorite quotes, and a quote I live by. All right, well, I said a lot about this. I feel like this is kind of what the Vortex is all about. You're on the edge. You don't necessarily know where to go. You need support. You need guidance, but it's at the end of the day, it's really an internal journey, and it's really your own immersion and how you want to handle it and how you want to go through life and navigating. So as I speak and verbally process and share what's coming up for me in my world, I hope that some of this is landing for you. That is the whole point. Is I'm hoping to gift you with some nugget of wisdom along the way that's going to help you navigate whatever's going on in your life. All right, I'm Megan. I'm the Ultimate Hype Witch. I hope you have a beautiful and wonderful, magical day.